Hello, welcome to our classes. I am Dr. K.K. Misra. This video tutorial is on Indian legal system part first. Here I will be discussing the questions of multiple choice also with explanation wherever possible. Now come to the questions. Question number 1. We are under the constitution, but the constitution is what the judges say it is. Besides USA, to which one of the following countries can this be applicable? Options are A. Switzerland, B. India, C. UK, D. Russia. Correct option is B. India. Explanation of this question is that actually the area of judicial review is an important subject within constitutional law. The Supreme Court has played a crucial role in interpreting the Constitution. Consequently, study of constitutional law focuses heavily on Supreme Court rulings. Now, question number 2. Who is the first law officer of the Government of India? Options are A. Chief Justice of India, B. Law Secretary, C. Solicitor General of India, D. Attorney General of India. Correct option is D. Attorney General of India. Here, the General for India is the government's chief legal advisor and its primary lawyer in the Supreme Court of India under Article 76, Clause 1st of the Constitution, and holds office during the pleasure of the President. He must be a person qualified to be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court. The Attorney General is necessary for giving advice to the Government of India in legal matters referred to him. He also performs under the legal duties assigned to him by the President. The Attorney General has the right of audience in all courts in India as well as right to participate in the proceedings of the Parliament, through not to vote, though he is not to vote. The Attorney General appears on behalf of Government of India in all cases, including suits, appeals, and other proceedings in the Supreme Court in which Government of India is concerned. He also represents the Government of India in any reference made by the President to the Supreme Court under Article 143 of the Constitution. Now, question number 3. Any resolution passed by the Parliament for removing a judge of the Supreme Court has to be investigated by a committee comprising of A. 2 judges of the Supreme Court, B. 2 judges of the Supreme Court, C. 2 judges of the Supreme Court and a legal luminary, D. Chief Justice of Supreme Court and 2 judges of the Supreme Court. Here, correct option is C. 2 judges of the Supreme Court. Actually, a judge of Supreme Court shall not be removed from his office except by an order of the President passed after an address by each House of the Parliament, supported by the majority of the total members of the House and by majority of not less than 2/3 of the members of the House present, and voting has been presented to the President in the same session for such removal on the ground of provided misbehavior or incapacity. Impeachment of President and procedure, Article 56 and 61. Article 56b states that the President of India may, for violation of the Constitution, be removed from the office by impeachment in the manner provided in Article 61. Article 61 it is included in. Procedure for impeachment of the President actually is, when a President is to be impeached for violation of the Constitution, the charge shall be referred by either House of Parliament. 2. No such charge shall be preferred unless the proposal to prefer such charge is contained in a resolution which has been moved after by at least 14 days notice in advance, signed by not less than one-fourth of the total number of members of the House, has been given of their intention to move the resolution, and such a resolution has also been passed by a majority not less than two-thirds of the total membership of the House. Third, when a charge has been so preferred by either House of Parliament, the other House shall investigate the charge or cause the charge to be investigated, and the President shall have the right to appear and to be represented as such investigation. Fourth, if as a result of the investigation a resolution is passed by the majority of not less than two-thirds of the total membership of the House by which the charge was investigated or caused to be investigated, declaring that the charge preferred against the President has been sustained, such a resolution shall have the effect of removing the President his office, the date on which the resolution is passed, difference between the removal of judge and the impeachment of President of India. Word used by the Constituent Assembly. There is a clear word removal of judges used by the Constituent Assembly and not the impeachment. There is impeachment word used for removal of the President of India by the Constituent Assembly on the grounds: 1. That ground of removal is misbehavior or incapacity. 2. Ground of impeachment is violation of Constitution. There is a set laid down procedure also for removal of judges. A resolution must be passed by both houses by the majority of total members of the House and by the majority of two-thirds of members of both houses present and voting. Passed resolution must present before the President of India in the same session, and that must signed by the President of India. For impeachment of President, for impeachment of motion must be moved by the one-fourth of the total membership of the House and signed. A notice must be given at least 14 days before from the date of removed motion, and such a resolution must be passed by two-thirds of the total members of both the houses. So this was in detail actually. I covered the explanation of this impeachment of president or removal of judges. Mind it, the word impeachment refers to the president, and the removal it is used for the judges. Question number 4. Under which article or articles the High Courts and the Supreme Court can issue writs? Options are A. Articles 44 and 45, B. Articles 123 and 213, C. Articles 32 and 226, Articles 53 and 153. Correct option is C. Articles 32 and 226. Here actually the sole object of the Article 32 of the Constitution of India is the enforcement of the fundamental rights guaranteed under Part 3rd of the Constitution of India. Article 32 and Article 226 both deal with enforcement of right of the citizen against the government or the governmental authorities. Article 32 is limited to the extent of enforcement of the fundamental rights stated in the Part 3rd of the Constitution, whereas Article 226 of the Constitution is much wider than Article 32 of the Constitution. Now, question number 5. In India, collegium system was first introduced in relation to A. Executive, B. Legislature, C. Judiciary, D. Union-State relations. Correct option is C. Judiciary. Actually, collegium system is basically a system under which appointments and transfers of judges are decided by a forum of the Chief Justice of India and the four senior most judges of the Supreme Court. Now question number 6. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion A and the other labeled as region R. Assertion A. The courts follow the principle of natural justice while deciding cases. Region R. Justice should not only be done but should manifestly and undoubtedly be seen to be done. Quotes: A. Both A and R are true. R is the correct explanation of A. B. Both A and R are true but R is not correct explanation of A. C. A is true but R is false. D. A is false but R is true. Here correct option is A. Both A and B are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Now question number 7. Different parts of the constitution will act and react on each other and the Supreme Court will have to decide questions arising from such a situation, discharging its duties as perhaps no other court has so far been called upon to do. Whose statement is this? Options are A. Justice Patanjali Sastri, B. Justice Harilal Kania, C. Justice P.B. Gatkar, D. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Correct option is B. Justice Harilal Kania. Here Harilal Kania was actually the first Chief Justice of India from November 3, 9 to November 6, 1951. Question number 8. Which of the following is not applicable to public interest litigation? Options are A. Constitutional obligation of the judiciary towards the marginalized sections of society. B. Locus standi. C. Public spirited citizens can move the court on behalf of the poor. D. Judiciary overlooks a strict construction of procedural formalities in entertaining petitions. Correct option is B. Locus standi. Now question number 9. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion A and the other labeled as assertion as region R. Choose the correct answer from the quotes. Assertion A. Over the years, the Supreme Court of India has failed to demonstrate a commitment to play a critical role in shaping India's constitutional democracy, far beyond that which the drafters of the constitution envisaged or what courts in other countries play. Quotes A. Both A and R are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. B. Both A and R is not the correct explanation of A. C. A is correct but R is false. D. A is false but R is correct. Correct option is D. A is false but R is correct. Here actually a public interest litigation may be introduced in a court of law by the court itself suo motu rather than the aggrieved party or another third party. For the exercise of the court's jurisdiction, it is not necessary for the victim of the violation of his or her rights to personally approach the court. Question number 10. Which of the following is not within the jurisdiction of the state high court? A. It can hear appeals from lower courts. B. It can issue writs for restoring fundamental rights. C. It can decide the river water dispute between the two states. D. It exercises superintendence and control over courts below it. Now correct option is C. It can decide the river water dispute between the two states. Here the jurisdiction of the high courts is coterminous with the territorial limits of the state except has been established for two or more states or union territories. Now question number 11. The power of Supreme Court to decide the dispute between the state and the states falls under its A. Advisory jurisdiction, B. Appellate jurisdiction. C. Original jurisdiction. D. Advisory and appellate jurisdiction. Correct option is C. Original jurisdiction. Now question number 12. Which of the following statements is oblique are correct about a judge of the Supreme Court of India? Excuse me. 1. A judge of the Supreme Court is appointed by the President of India. 2. He holds office during the pleasure of the President. 3. He can be suspended pending an inquiry. 4th, he can be removed for proven misbehavior or incapacity. From among the options given here, option D is correct, wherein it indicates that first and fourth statements are correct. Actually, the judges of the Supreme Court used to be appointed by the President of India, who acted on the advice of the Union Cabinet. Subsequent to their rulings in the three judges cases 1982, 1993 and 1998, the President has to appoint judges who have been chosen by the Supreme Court's Collegium, a closed group comprising of Chief Justice of India and the four senior most associate judges of the court. Now 13. Which of the following statements is oblique are correct about the Attorney General of India? First, the President appoints a person who is qualified to be a judge of a high court to be the Attorney General of India. 2. He has the right of the audience in all courts of the country. 3. He has the right to take part in the proceedings of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. 4th, he has a fixed tenure. Here option A is correct, wherein only first and fourth statements regarding the question given is correct. All about this video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it, and if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel R Classes and press the bell button and pass it on to others, those who are needy now and in the future. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.